Let's explore Peterson's solution, a classic algorithm designed to solve the mutual exclusion problem in concurrent programming. It helps multiple processes safely access shared resources. I will explain it in detail. The mutual exclusion problem arises when multiple processes need to access a shared resource, also known as a critical section, without interfering with each other. The challenge here is to ensure that only one process can execute its critical section at any given time, preventing data corruption and ensuring consistent results. Imagine two processes both trying to write to the same file at the same time. Without proper synchronization, the final result could be a mess. Peterson's solution provides a way to manage this situation. To effectively solve the mutual exclusion problem, there are certain requirements that a solution must meet. First, mutual exclusion itself. Only one process can be in the critical section at any given time. Second, progress. Processes that are outside the critical section should not block other processes from entering. Third, bounded waiting. There should be a limit on how long a process waits before it can enter the critical section. Furthermore, the solution should make no assumptions about CPU speeds or the number of CPUs available. It should not rely on special hardware instructions and should be software-based in general. Peterson's solution uses two key variables to manage access to the critical section. The first one is the Boolean array flag of size 2, which indicates a process's intention to enter the critical section. For example, if flag of I is true, it means that process I wants to enter the critical section. The second variable is turn, an integer which determines which process has priority if both processes want to enter the critical section simultaneously. The algorithm elegantly solves the mutual exclusion problem for two processes using only these shared variables. Here's the entry protocol for process I. First, process I indicates its intention to enter the critical section by setting flag of I to true. Then it gives priority to the other process by setting turn equal to j, where j is the ID of the other process. Finally, process I waits in a busy wait loop, as long as the other process wants to enter the critical section and process j has priority because turn is equal to j. Once this waiting condition is false, process I can safely enter the critical section. Now let's look at the exit protocol. When process I is done with its critical section, it calls the exit section function. All it has to do is to reset its flag to false by setting flag of I to false. This indicates that the process is no longer in the critical section and is not requesting to enter it. The process then continues with its remainder section, doing other work until it needs to access the critical section again. Now you know the complete process structure of Peterson's solution. Let's examine the correctness of Peterson's solution by verifying that it satisfies the requirements for mutual exclusion, progress, and bounded waiting. For mutual exclusion, if both processes are in the critical section, then both flag of 0 and flag of 1 must be true, but the turn variable can only have one value, 0 or 1. If turn is equal to j, then process I would be blocked. Therefore, both processes cannot be in the critical section simultaneously. For progress, if no process is in the critical section, and only one process wants to enter, it will not be blocked. If both want to enter, the value of turn decides which process enters first, preventing any deadlock. For bounded waiting, a process can be blocked at most once. If process j is in the critical section, it must exit eventually. After exiting, flag of j becomes false, allowing process I to enter. And process j cannot re-enter until I has had its turn. The solution uses only shared variables, the flag array and turn, and makes no assumptions about execution speeds, working regardless of relative process speeds and requiring no special hardware support. Peterson's solution, while insightful, has limitations. It is limited to exactly two processes. The busy waiting approach consumes CPU cycles while waiting. Modern processors may reorder memory operations, potentially breaking the algorithm. And it requires a shared memory architecture. However, there are extensions. The filter algorithm extends the concept to n processes, and the bakery algorithm provides fairness for end processes. Peterson's solution serves as an educational tool for understanding mutual exclusion. It forms the foundation for more complex synchronization mechanisms, provides lightweight synchronization in embedded systems, and holds historical importance in operating system development. In conclusion, Peterson's solution elegantly demonstrates the fundamental principles of mutual exclusion with minimal shared variables, forming the basis for more complex synchronization primitives in modern operating systems. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.